here what do I have is say probability of combined events, right? So combined events, as the name says, it has to be more than one event, right? So here I talk about combined events, that is more than one event. Now when you have more than one event, they can happen together, that means simultaneously, right? Or they can happen either one of them, right? So you can have both the events. Let me take just two events for space, right? So both events together simultaneously, or the second thing is either of the events, right? Either of one event. Now try understanding this. And when we say either of one event, it means either A, if the two events are A and B. That means if the two events that I'm talking about, event would mean any two things. For example, getting a red ball is one event, getting a blue ball is second event, something of that kind. So if there are two events here, check in, they are said to be mutually exclusive, right? If they cannot occur at the same time. There are two events again. They do not occur at the same time. Do you understand this? There. Then we say that such events are known as mutually exclusive events. Example, selecting an even number or selecting a one from the set of numbers. Now try understanding. When I'm selecting an even number, I cannot select one. One can't be selected. It's not an even number. When I'm selecting one, a number one, I cannot have an even number. So these are two different things. They cannot happen together. Do you understand this? Right? So here a OR rule applies. So for mutually exclusive events of A and B, P, A or B is P of A plus P of B. Done understanding this? P, A or B is not always equal to this. It is only when they are mutually exclusive events. Am I very clear? For example, I have a basket wherein I have 4 red and 3 yellow balls. Right? Probability of selecting a red ball is 4 red, so 4 are the favorable ways, and total number of ways is 7, so 4 by 7. And the probability of selecting a yellow ball is, there are 3 yellow balls out of 7, so 3 by 7. So probability that I select a red or yellow ball. Now these are two events. If I'm selecting a red ball, I don't have yellow ball into picture. Do you understand? And when I select a yellow ball, I don't have a red ball into picture. So these are two mutually exclusive events. So that is probability of a red or probability of yellow. Do you understand that? So that's 4 by 7 plus 3 by 7. In this case, it would be 1. And that's obvious. Reason, probability of any one of them when you select. I hope that's clearly understood. Done? Okay. So it's a mutually exclusive event. And extra information, these two events together are mutually exhaustive also. This is for those people who know more about this thing. Mutually exhaustive also. Extra knowledge. Don't worry about this. When are the events mutually exhaustive? When are the events mutually exhaustive? When the sum turns out to be 1. Okay, anyway. Coming back to our work, mutually exclusive. I hope I have made myself very clear. Done. Okay, I move further with two independent events. Now again, I'm talking about two events. Combined events, right? Combined probability, not combined events, combined probability. Okay, now here I have two events. Let me just check out something more. Yeah. And okay, everything working properly. Okay. Now, as I said, here I have two events. Just check in this one. Here I have two events, say A and B. A and B are happening together. They are simultaneously happening. But occurrence of one does not affect the occurrence of other. Example, a very simple example. I have 2 coins. Right? And getting a head on one coin and getting a tail on another coin. Now, how would it matter? If I get a head on one coin, is it necessary that in second coin I'll get a head, or second coin I'll get a tail? It is independent. These two are known as independent event. So how would they come into picture? They would come into picture like A is an event of getting head on one coin. B is an event of getting tail on one coin. So probability getting a head on one coin and getting a tail on another coin is probability of A into probability of B. Am I very clear with this? Did you understand this? So this actually comes into A and B. They are independent events. They are known as independent events. That means occurrence of one event is unaffected by occurrence of other event. Am I very clear with this? It follows multiplication rule. Generally, and whenever you have and, it's multiplication. Wherever you have or, it is addition. I have mentioned it. I hope it is clear. Done with the work. Here I have mentioned it. Just check in. Just check in. Here, or rule. Wherever you have or rule, right? You have addition there. Done with this thing. Wherever you have and, you have multiplication here. I have clarified this, and you have multiplication. Okay, fine. I come with an example. Here, a coin is tossed and a die is thrown. Write the probability of putting a head on a coin. That's too simple, right? A coin is tossed. So when a coin is tossed, what are the possibilities that you get? You get a head or a tail. So what is the possibility of getting a head on a coin? It's 1 out of 2. That's clearly understood. An odd number on a dice, right? When a dice is thrown, this is for a coin. This is for a coin. When a dice is thrown, what do you get? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this way, right? And getting an odd number on a dice. So what are the odd numbers? 3 odd numbers out of 6. Probability is half. Now, getting a head, if I say this is event A, this has event B. So probability of A, event A, and I'm emphasizing on the word and a odd number on a dice, event B. So probability of A and B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. So that is half into half. That gives me 1 by 4. Am I very clear with this? I hope this is understood. In case you don't understand, pause it, go back to the video, try understanding it again. Okay, now I come with one more question. Here. The question goes this way. Yeah, the question goes this way. Let me just read the question. Yeah, 3 coins are tossed and 2 dice are thrown at the same time. Okay, at the same time, this is at the same time. So 3 coins are tossed. So when 3 coins are tossed, what are the possibilities? The possibilities are, okay, I'll write it here. The possibilities, what should I write? Fine, take it. The possibilities are head, 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 tail, 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 head, head, tail, tail. Head, tail, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail. Now this is the easiest way to do it. I mean, you can do it by any other methods also, but this is the easiest way to do it, as I have given you the shortcut, right? Total possibilities. When you have 3 coins, it's 2 cubed. That's 8. I have made you understand in earlier lecture. Why 8? 8 ka half is 4, so 4 head, 4 tail. 4 ka half is 2, so 2 head, 2 tail, 2 head, 2 tail, and then head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail. You'll never forget any possibility. So this is the first possibility, this is second possibility, this is third, goes on till this is 8. I hope that's clear. Okay, next, and then you throw 2 dices, right? So when you throw 2 dice, what will happen? Here I draw 6 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So here are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's dice 1. That's dice 1. Yeah, this is dice 1. Okay. Next, I have 6 lines here again. 1, 2. Right. Let me draw a complete line. 2. So next is 3. Here comes 4. Next comes 5. Next comes 6. Okay. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is your dice 2. Dice 2. Okay. Now I've clearly mentioned what does this pointer mean. This one means 2, 2. That means 2 on dice 1, 2 on dice 2. Right. Now what do they want? They want a total of 12 on the dice. So that is only possible here, 6, 6, right? And how much is total possibilities? Total possibilities, as we have done in earlier questions, I'm not getting into that. Total possibilities is 36. We already know it, right? So probability A is an event of 3 heads. See this. You want 3 heads. 3 heads can occur only once, right? So probability of getting 3 heads and total of 12, right? So probability of getting 3 heads is once out of 8, total 8, and total of 12, that's 1 out of 36, right? So that's your answer. So 1 upon, now 8 into this thing, so that gives 240 and upper ka 48, right? So that's how you get it. I hope that's understood with this thing. Clear? So 1 upon 8, yeah, this is 8 and this is 1 upon 36. That's perfect, right? So 240 and 48. So 288, hopefully, just check out the calculations. That's not that important. I hope that is understood to everyone. Clear with the idea, right? Okay, next is the B part. Check out the B part. What is it? 3 tails and a total of 9 on a dice. Now 3 tails, again, how do you get 3 tails? Again, you can get 3 tails. Probability of 3 tails, right? And okay, a total of 9, a total of 9. Okay, now 3 tails, how do I get 3 tails? I can get it only one way. Out of how many? 8. And means multiplication. Total of 9, how do I get total of 9? Now I'm crossing it out to get total of 9. So I start from 3 6. Do you understand? 3 6. Next is what? 4 5. Do you understand this? Next is what? 5 4. Do you agree? Agree. So this is 5 4. Next is what? 6 3. Done. So that is 4 times, right? 4 times out of what? 36. Do you understand this? So 4 ones are 4 nines are. So I have 1 upon 72. Is that clear? That's completely understood. Done. Any doubts? Anything? Anyway, I don't think so. That's clear. Okay. Go through this once. If you not understand, let's see. Okay. Next, a coin is biased. Okay, you have a biased coin. That means a coin which has been tampered. Okay. Show that it shows head with a probability of 2 by 3. Actually, a coin should give a probability of head as half. But now this is a coin which is giving a probability of 2 by 3 for head. That means it is biased. Okay, that's understood. The same coin is tossed 3 times. Okay, find the probability of obtaining 2 tails on the first 2 tosses. Fine. Now 2 tails on first 2 tosses. Now a coin is tossed 3 times actually, right? So the probability of it giving head is 2 by 3. So probability of giving head is 2 by 3. So probability of getting tail is how much? 1 minus 2 by 3. So that's 1 by 3. I hope that's clear. Now, getting 2 tails on first 2 tosses. So getting 2 tails on first 2 tosses. So you toss it, you get 1 tail, right? So probability tail in first toss and tail in second toss. Done with this thing. So tail in first toss is 1 by 3 and okay, this is and, a symbol for and, a symbol for and. Okay, right? And multiplication 1 by 3, so that gives me 1 by 9. I hope that's clearly understood, right? Okay, this could have been done by many more methods, but this is the easiest way to understand. A. Next, B, right? A head, a tail, and a head. Okay, too easy, man. A head, right, and a tail, and a head. Do you understand this? A head, a tail, and a head in that order only. So, getting a head, what is the probability? I toss the coin 3 times, right? So, what is the probability of getting a head? Getting a head is 2 by 3. Getting a tail is 1 by 3. Getting a head is 2 by 3. Do you understand this? So that's 4 by what? 27. I hope that's clear, right? So that's simple enough. C, right? 2 heads and 1 tail in that order. 2 head and 1 tail. That means probability of head and a tail. Do you understand? In any order. Okay, that's good. In any order. That's an interesting thing. Okay. So probability of getting 2 head and 1 tail. So probability of getting 2 head and 1 tail is one of this option. Okay, I make it easier for you people. How do I make this easy? Just check it out. Here. Probability of getting 2 head and 1 tail. Here. Yeah. So now understand this. Probability of getting 2 head and 1 tail. This is one option. Or, I'm emphasizing, or 2 head and 1 tail. Or 2 head and 1 tail. Any other options? No. So these are all the options. So what is the probability of getting a head now? Do you understand this? Do you understand? There are other ways also, but since the things are done this way, so we will follow the same thing. So here, what does this mean? Probability of head and or tail. So here you have an and in between. Do you understand this? You have an and in between. So into. I hope you understand this. Into, into, into. So here we go for probability of head. What is it? It is a 2 by 3 as we studied earlier. 2 by 3 into 2 by 3 into 1 by 3. Or means plus. Now anyway, be it any order, it will come in the same way. That means it will be 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3. It has to be same. Again, it has to be same. That means directly I can say 2 by 3 into 2 by 3 into 1 by 3 into 3 because it is 3 times. Do you understand this? So 3 gets cancelled. A smarter way of doing it, right? So what do you get? You get 4 by 9. That's understood. I hope clear. Let's go through it once again. Okay, so that completes the combined probability. I hope that is understood to everyone. I end up with this video right now so that, yeah.